Well, thank you everyone for jumping on here. Happy Sunday. It's Master's Mind. I need to let you know, guys, know up early that I need to be off here to do a corporate call. So we're only going to go. I was going to look to see when they asked us to be on there. Let me look really quick. 15 minutes early. Yeah. So we'll be here for 45 minutes, 44 minutes. All right. So and so I can jump on that corporate call. And so, really, the only thing I have to share with you guys, and again, this is Master's Mind, being plural, I want each and every one of you to be able to, share what's on your heart or what you're thinking of or what you think needs to be done. And, all I can say is, the last 5 days have been a pretty crazy, amount of days for people to really see a lot of wild things that are happening. And all I can share with you guys is I was trying to look at what call I did, in the last week where I just came out and I said, man, you're either standing for something or you're falling for something. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you really, really look, I really took the time today to go through a lot of study and really find things that, regardless of spiritual beliefs or even organized religion, that, there's again, three groups of people. And I just ask you to be very conscious and aware of what group you're in. A lot of people really, really are in the neutral mode, right? We all have to agree with that. It's like it's total survival, do as little as possible, and just live in survival. And I keep saying to people, if that's the mental decision, and you either A, don't complain about it and just survive and do the best you can to live and love and have joy in your life and have peace in your life. I'm not one of the people that believes that everybody should be doing something. It's like there's been times in my life where I've been neutral, right? And it's just because I don't know if I'm, figuring out what direction I want to go or whatever. And then, of course, we have the other two groups, and that's people that are always for something. They're always for something, which I'm going to change the wording of that right now. And I'm just like they're a light, this little light of mine. I'm going to let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. And there always seem to be the lightness in the darkness, right? And then you have people that are just very opposed or very against everything. And it was pretty interesting because I spent a lot of time on Google and in my normal, thought prayer and prayer time, and then spent a lot of time on AI. And I was just asking AI straight out, out of all the organized religions out there, based on their books, whether it's the Quran or the Book of Mormon or Jews just saying, the Old Testament or whatever version versus Christians. And I just said, overall, is there any religions out there that the number one thought of theirs is just straight out resistance? Just resistance and against, you know? And none of them, none of them. So when we see people that are radical in every belief, they're the ones that made the decision that their rhetoric and all their talking is going to always be against something. Does that make sense? And it's like, I know that people love to be against something, but if you have any belief whatsoever, it's like, if you're not going to do something, then you should have a solution to what would be a better deal, right? So, not getting political, but I know a lot of people on here have watched this from the United States. But when I seen in my lifetime, 63, how presidents just seem to win effortlessly, Republican and Democrat, if you really watch, they were for something. So it wasn't like they were against what was currently happening. They were more for something else. And so when you see this constant rhetoric happening and now political violence and all this craziness, for something to happen on the 10th with the assassination, and then us remembrance on the 11th. It's obvious that that was violence, and it was 100% because they were against something. Does that make sense to you guys? And I know that we all go through this kind of period. I'm human, so I'll be willing to admit that sometimes when I see injustice being done, my very first thought is, hey, when I was young, it was like instantly violence, right? It was instantly in somebody's face. It was instantly, doing something for other people. And what was unique about me when I was younger is I always felt it was justified. So some of you watched my video when I sort of, bared my heart, right? And I sit there and I just always remembered that it was the people around me and me listening to them. Instead of confronting them, I needed to be violent. And I just know that that's no longer the way I want to deal with things, right? So I don't want to tell any of you what to do. I'm just saying that life works out better for me when I can look at something, and if I don't like it, then I can figure out something I can be for. And here's the two parts of it, right? When I first started becoming something for something, that's when I got all my human needs met. I felt loved, I felt accepted. I felt part of something. I felt, we have all our human needs part of a community. I had, a significance. So like when I was part of teams like Roger Penske's race car team, see what I mean? It was like we were always for something. I don't ever remember ever having a conversation about another team or another team owner. 7 years to be around them. And it was like, hey, I want to tell you how much this team sucks. I want to tell you how much this team sucks. These guys are doing something wrong. It was like, no, it was like what we could do within ourselves to be the best that we could be. I thought Arlene, I see her on here. Hi, Arlene, Shelley, Michael. It's like, I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch that video that she posted, but it was just really, really powerful when you get around people that are for something. And I think that you should be for you, be for you, pro you. And that's really, honestly, all I wanted to share today. I feel like the stuff that we talked about this last 5 days is been really, really personal. And I know a lot of people want to figure out what the next move is and what you should be doing. But I just would say to you is when I was young and left, Roger Penske after my getting hurt, and then I met people like Jim Rowan and Bill Gould and these people that were for something, and what were they for? They were for freedom. So it wasn't by coincidence when I seen a white shirt with freedom on it that it sort of really got me, So people don't realize, if you really study even the industry that I'm known for, right? It really all started with the concept of American Way. Shorten it up and call it Amway. And the pitch 60 plus years ago, and even today, is, are you interested in learning how to supplement and replace your income so you can have freedom for you and your family? It's all the other companies out there that thinks it's all about a breaking product. If I've seen anything, if I could change anything, I would have all affiliate and network marketing companies going back to being a people business instead of a product business. So you guys all being involved, knowing me from that industry, there's two groups of people. Again, a group of people that are constantly for something, for people, for their freedom, for their happiness, for their joy, for their imagination. And then you got the other people that think the way to market is, hey, let me tell you why my company and my product and compensation plan is better than what you're in. You ever notice that? Is that people just go from company to company to company to company, and then they want to go back to the people that they knew in a previous company and tell them they should be in something different. And I've never seen those people ever build a group. They just go from company to company to company to company because someone that they listened to made them understand that the product was really the thing. People are the thing. So when my mentor shared with me like a franchise concept, I was sharing with my youngest son, Kyle, is I go, do you know why Costco is so successful? And he started telling me. He started saying they pay more money to people, they get part ownership in it, they get deeper discounts even over, what people that our membership, deals with. And they're growing and people like them and they sell a hot dog for $1.50, and he had all these positives. And they were all consumer based. Did you guys catch that? They were all employee based. And I said, well, the reason they can do what they do is everyone buys a membership card. And they make billions and billions and billions of dollars by marketing a card. And that billions of dollars allows them to give benefits away, allows people to actually get paid more. It actually allows them to buy more at bulk, allowing them to get discounts to people, warehouses. And when he looked at me and he went, I never thought of that. See, that's why I was put on this planet. To give people a little bit of concept and ideas that, through theoreticals and through parables, that I can give them sort of a shift in their mind where they go, wow. And there's always this thing around three groups of people, right? So there's one group of people that I guarantee you, probably on Reddit, that you could go in there and there's a whole thread against Costco and how awful Costco is. Just like there's a thread about Mother Teresa and how awful she is. I'm going like, wow, that's a group I want to be around. I want to be around a group of people that do nothing but throw everything under the bus. It's like that's where I honestly believe insanity comes from. I truly can't imagine. I mean that. I can't imagine being in a group where all they talked about is how bad everything was. That to me sounds soul starving, soul sucking. I mean, even if we talked about the simplest examples, Darth Vader versus Luke Skywalker. It's like, does anybody really know, even if you show it in Avatar and they tell the story, does anybody even really know what Darth Vader was trying to do? Because you think about it, he wanted the Death Star to destroy a planet and kill everybody on the planet. I mean, what was he creating? So the goal in life is just to destroy everybody. No wonder good wins. It's like if anything's still alive and everything's still created, that means people won over evil. Because if they didn't, we wouldn't be here. Pretty interesting, huh? So that's all I really wanted to say to each and every one of you is that, for me, believe that being a part of a movement and creating instead of being competitive and learning to be there for people. The way to greatness is the service of many. And for those of you that are still working on you personally, where you don't love yourself, then guess what? Just be part of a movement. So my first years of being on this planet, it was either I was for this race car team, for Roger Penske, for my mentor teaching me. I didn't have any money. I didn't have any following. I didn't have anything. So it was easy for me to be a part of someone else that was making a movement. Does that make sense? And it's like people always say, where do I get my inspiration, my vision, my passion, my purpose? Where do I get that? I got it from following someone who did. And the better that I got at promoting and edifying that person, then in a blink of an eye, that person was calling me on stage. I got to leave this call early because that company is calling me to be on stage to share a testimonial of how important it is to get in front of other people that are for something instead of neutral or destroying something. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. It just doesn't take. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. So
All right. Wow. What a great message for today, Robert. Thank you so much.
you bet.
All right. We do have a hand up. And again, just to let everybody know, we're going to finish this up. I'm going to say at 12:40 Pacific. So in
Okay,
about
good.
20 minutes, only because I want to give you the time to get over there, to
I
get on the
agree.
call and get ready. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and do it. Santa Corky has his hand up. So, Santa Corky, since we brought your name into this at the very, very beginning, let's go ahead and chat.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, Man, yesterday's group really had me thinking, and I went and did the 16 personalities.
Oh, wow.
Um, do you know all of them? Do you know all the I mean, do you remember?
Well, I know how it's broken down by, if you notice, it's not only color oriented too, but it's also first letter oriented.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I need to.
Yeah, if you look at it, it's so I know that. I don't know each individual part,
Okay.
but I think, well, you take four times four, there's probably four different
Yeah.
parts, each in each one of those parts. So I don't
Mhm.
know them all, but
Yeah.
if you just told me what you were, I would know about it.
Yeah. What are you, if I could ask? I remember you
It's
might
funny,
have
I
said,
keep forgetting to. Matt knows right away, but
yeah, he
uh,
mentioned it yesterday.
let
Uh,
me see, where did I put it?
I re
Anyone remember what I was?
I'd be curious to know what other
I
people,
am an ENFP.
but there's a name right above it. I didn't.
Oh, entertainer.
Entertainer.
Here's
Okay.
the kind of the breakdown based on what your guys are talking about,
Hmm.
all the different kinds.
Yeah, yeah. It was just so interesting that you talking with Arthur and how you guys related with different things, and then how I went, and you knew that there's some
Yeah.
people that wouldn't relate or doesn't even want to go there. Well, I'm a And there was a lot of stuff you guys were talking about that Arthur does that I would go, oh my gosh, that'd kill me to have to go through that. But
Yeah.
I found that very interesting, and yes, I would love for us to do a training.
We will.
I fascinated by that. I sent that to my team, and they're hopefully in the process of doing that because I need it's to me it's like valuable that I kind of know how to talk to them and what I do it with my son. In the past I've done it. Why aren't you like this? He likes to be off and quiet by himself all day.
Yes.
He goes in his shop and he designs this incredible fabrication stuff. And I try to get him on the internet, and I do all that. And then finally I kind of came to grips and said, that's just the way he is. But That's one part of it. But I had a couple of things. About 3 weeks ago, a little short story. I was in church and I said, and we go to a small church, 600 people, and I said, well, I'm going to knuckle bump one of these young guys just for fun, you know. There happened to be one right in the row ahead of us. So when we did communion, I looked around, I couldn't find him. So I just sat down. But what happened was another gentleman come by and knuckle bumped me out of the blue as he's carrying his we have our sacraments and we go one side of the hall, pick them up and come up the middle and go sit back down and we wait. But until everybody takes it together, communion. So but he knuckle bumped me, and I go, now that's too weird. I was going to knuckle bump somebody, but somebody out of the blue, this kid has never, ever done that. He just walked by. I happened to be on the end. He knuckle bumps me, and I go, okay, ding, something, something.
You were like again, I love that statement by Albert Einstein. Either everything is a miracle or nothing's a miracle.
Right. No,
And and for people like you and I, it's like we just go from, you know, and I think that other people that are, against the way that you and I are, that's what I'll
okay.
just say. They're
Yeah. Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
against the way you and I are, is that we find meaning in anything, like I'm going to something and I see a butterfly. Like everything for me is all about nature. And so
Right.
when I see nature and see a bald eagle in the tree and there's all this, it's just constant signs for me
Oh,
that
that's what I'm looking for signs all the time.
yeah.
We during the summer clean up the communion when everybody's gone. We come by and pick up the little trays with the little juice things in them, and we clean them up and put them away. That's just our little way of serving.
Yeah.
And so then we go to the Jeep. There's no one in the parking lot, and here comes this young lady walking out. I didn't know who she was, but my wife knows who she was. And they got to talking, and I found out, well, it's Anders' sister, and which is the guy that knuckle bumped me. And I go, can I get Anders' number? I'd like to talk to him. Because Anders, I know about Anders is I've heard him preach in our church. He's 28
Wow.
years old. He's 28 years old, and he's getting his doctorate in theology. And I wanted to talk to him.
Very cool.
Yeah, turns out I got a hold of him. We met a couple weeks ago on Friday. We met last Friday, but we're talking, and it relates to what's going on in our world today. Because I said, man, Anders, you need to get your voice out there. He's going to college. He's married. Doesn't have children. They want to, and it's all about movement. And Craig, I don't know if you could help me with, I know you can. It's not even a question. That video that you did long time ago about movement. And this is really what the video with the guy dancing by himself.
Oh, that guy. Okay, I can find that right now and kind of post it in the chat.
Okay, and
Got
then
it.
I guess I
I know
can
where you
copy that
Yeah,
and
I
put
think
that
I think it's called
the
if I'm
lone
right, it's like the first idiot,
something like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah.
the
The
first
first idiot,
follower.
is that the name of it? The first idiot?
I'll
Yeah,
find
it's
it and I
either
will
the first
post it in the
Okay.
idiot or the
chat.
first
Well,
follower.
because that keeps coming to mind. Well, where that happened is called the Gorge, and that's an hour and a half from me. An hour.
Oh, wow.
An hour. There, it's a big concert place,
Yeah.
amphitheater right on the Columbia River. So that happened, right? That's where
Yeah,
that
the guy that did that showed that video. It was in a TED Talk.
yeah.
He
Uh,
did it in a
uh,
TED Talk, and I think if it hits me, I think his name was Silver. But
uh-huh.
he actually did a TED Talk and used that video in the TED Talk.
Uh-huh.
And he was just talking about, what creates a movement,
Yeah,
what
and
creates a
that's
movement,
what I
and
wanted to bring up to you is two things, and that's what I wanted to talk about movement because my little school is growing, and it's kind of exciting actually. And all I've done is tried to keep up with them.
yeah,
There's a couple of them ahead of me with numbers, but I need to get more into that. But and I will.
You
We're
definitely will.
And that's part of the movement thing. I feel that the Charlie Kirk thing has helped create even more so in me. I've started it from a long time ago, but
Right.
listen, talking with Anders, my new young guy that I want to help however I can to, we're talking about some things. One of them is that he's not sure, but you know, Robert, you've helped start churches, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wanted to maybe
Now,
off to
here
the side
you
sometime.
started out, Corky, talking about personality traits and stuff.
Yeah.
One of the things that I learned immediately about personality traits is if I couldn't get through to somebody, then I would know someone like them. And again, you'll notice that personality traits have to do a lot with a certain occupation. So if
Yeah.
if 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 a bunch of people took the personality trait and there was a bunch of like five or six of them in there that were accountants,
Mm-hmm.
can you see where their personality trait might be a lot like
Right. Right. Right.
and
Exactly.
so you see this kind of stuff. So, with that said, what I really learned to do is I would constantly ask people their stories. And I'd say, well, tell me a little bit about you and what you used to do and da 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 da. And a lot of people don't realize that, I'm very, very blessed with retention. So I know if people are married, if they got kids, grandkids, what they used to do for work, all of this stuff, right? And so when I was talking to somebody and they would be like hum and han, who moved my cheese, is immediately go, would you ever do me a favor, a kindness? And I'd like you just to introduce you to this person. So if you ran into someone that was a blue collar worker, that was a plumber, electrician, mechanic, a welder, any of this stuff, right? If you didn't introduce them to me, you're just not smart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to say you're an idiot, but you should use other people's testimonials to help with whatever you're doing. So when you talk about this kid, you fist pumped it, right? And
Mm-hmm.
he's going, I don't know if I want to, do that or do my voice or anything like that because of what I've done in the past. I use that skill to have a people business, knowing that nothing happens without a group of people that continues to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So
Mm-hmm.
my whole success has always been around the people business and actually getting them to understand. It's like when I totally understand the resistance when I tell people, listen, would you like to have, 1,000 people responsible for your income?
Mm-hmm.
Because it not only would give you freedom, but it would give you the financial freedom to give to people in need, and you could do anything you wanted. And then they look at me right in the face and they go, "Well, what's the product again?" And it's like it's like I'm talking to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm talking about freedom and helping other people, and they hear, "Well, you don't know anything. Can you tell me about the product?" And I'm just like, "Wow." So if I was leading with a movement for something else, that's where the word came in, Corky, called sorting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really not interested in talking to people that are not interested.
Mm-hmm.
See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So with these personality traits and everything, and I'm going like, hey, Corky, I was just hoping maybe you might know some people. This is what I'm trying to do. And I share with you briefly the movement that I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Would you know of anyone like that?
Yeah.
No. And how many of you have asked people to refer you to somebody, and what they just basically say is, "No, I don't know anybody."
Mm-hmm.
See, your goal is not to get better at technical skills and persuasion skills and manipulation skills to get them to get in a business or buy a product that they're going to regret.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as soon as you get them to do that, if you were good enough to do that, it immediately puts them in buyer's remorse.
Right. I might have misled you a little bit. He wants to do something, but he's got
Oh,
He's got Dino screaming at him.
That's my point, though. You
Okay.
could introduce them to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when people are when see that's what's made me who I am today. It's like everyone that I knew, I would get in front of my mentor and then I would watch my mentor communicate with them. And the
Mm-hmm.
questions that he would ask and the answers that they would have would immediately make me understand why, because I need example. Let's say if a person's like a really aggressive A personality type, right? And they're always saying when and they're always talking about money, right? So if I went to that person, which this will hit you, Corky, and I just said to them, I said, listen, I just want you to know that you can make $100,000 a month. Or I could say, Corky, what I really love is the amount of people that I'm able to help in doing this and the fun that I have.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, thanks for talking my language. So we're
That's
going to
my
help
love
people and
language.
have fun.
That's my love language. Definitely.
But everyone out there always thinks that you got to lead with money. So people will ask me, well, why do you lead with money then? Well, I lead with money because that's the avatar. I don't have to motivate people for money if the reason that they got in was to make money.
Right.
But people get in not knowing their personality trait. They'll get in because they want to make money, but they don't know that their personality is about helping people. So then what they do is they buy a bunch of product and then they give it away and they make no money. And now their spouse is pissed off at them. And it doesn't like, they don't get guilty and shameful until the next credit card payment comes out, right? So then all of a sudden the next payment comes out and it's like, oh my God, I'm still not taking this product. I don't have a testimony. I haven't sold any product. I gave it away because I gave it away that people didn't use it. So I don't have any product testimonials there either. And I haven't made any money. I don't want to lose my position. God dang it. I'll buy some more.
Yep.
And probably the worst person you could be involved with is someone like me in a binary comp plan. Because every time you log in there, you see more people, more volume. You see that it works. You see people.
Exploding on one side.
Yeah, people are like, ah. It's like, so yeah, I love what you're saying, Corky. I love what you're saying because when you can really, really focus on what gives you joy, then you actually do it every day.
All the time. Yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
that hit me strong. I am the campaigner. That's my thing. Campaigner.
If I didn't call you
Nailed it.
a campaigner, you'd be a promoter.
Right. And that's part of it is being a campaigner as a promoter.
Yes.
That's
Yes. Yes. Yes.
great.
Yes.
But I just wanted to relate it to, okay, then I get it now. I can be in my zone knowing comfortably what I'm good at and love and to go with this movement. Now, the
Right.
movement is
You know what? Let
is
me share
cool.
something, Corky, that I just found out yesterday. Kyle was telling me because the recent bill, so you're either for something or against something, right?
Mhm.
And so Kyle is part of these, people that play video games and also streamers. And the way that they get paid is donations, which falls under tips.
Oh yeah.
And so now that this bill's come in, all these streamers that are making 100,000, 200,000, is like it's tax-free money.
Wow.
And it's like, so, you know, call them up and tell them that the bill was bad.
Right. Right.
But he told me too that there was caps on it, but it's still like there's no taxing on. So I just was wondering with you, because you don't pay for memberships, you take donations.
Yeah, but the TikTok has not changed that around. It's still income.
Ah,
With
come
income.
on, TikTok.
Yeah. We'll see what happens TikTok here in I don't think it's going anywhere. It's just changing. It's changing right now, which is there's some good stuff. I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Everything, but I'm able to work my school off of it. And there's stuff about school I don't like because of my
Okay.
personality. And I connect one on one. You come up next, I can walk into a building and I make friends quickly.
Right.
But when it comes to typing and that kind of stuff, I try to do as much verbal. I avoid it, where I'm navigating school and I'm not stopping. I'm spending more time than I ever have, but it's
Well,
very challenging for me, which says, hey, if it hurts to do it, I need to push through it. I really
no, I would say sometimes whatever's bothering you, it's like I personally just ask myself and
uh
God, I just like, okay, what's the solution to this?
right.
I need to find a solution to this. And so one of the things that, using that product like Loom, I need to get better at it. It's not a habit of mine yet. But you could respond to everyone in either an audio or a video to everyone on school.
And it's on Loom. I'm not familiar with that.
Right. So
Lume.
Loom.
Oh, Loom. Okay. And it's an app.
Yeah, it's either an app on a phone or it's also, and some of the videos, not some, a lot of the videos that you've seen me do, like when I'm talking about where we are as far as, number 7 for personal development, when I do that small little video, that's done with Loom.
Hmm.
And I think they got a free model. I don't
They do it
remember.
on their laptop.
Yeah, you do it on your laptop or your
So it's loom.com
yeah.
on laptop. Okay.
And I love making fun with you, not
Yeah,
at you.
there we go.
I learned about Loom by going through the 101 videos
I thought I
in
heard it before I
school.
started it. I have not gone through all of them, but I get so sidetracked because it gets me thinking, oh, I need to do this then, and I take off, and then
Right,
I don't come back. I go, oh, I got to go this direction. That's part of my personality trait. Is
right.
I get a lot of things going and not a
But
whole.
that's okay. So I tell people again, find out what makes you who you are and just get better at that. So I tell people if you want me to know my personality or the way I do stuff, especially you got, ADHD that you get to add on this or dyslexic or whatever. I'm the kind of person that if there's 50 rocks on my desk and I lined them all up at the edge, I will eventually get all 50 rocks on the other edge.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm okay with not being the person that says, I'll start with this one and I'm just going to move this one.
See, that sounded like Arthur. Arthur's that kind of guy. He meticulous
Yeah. Me,
personality.
I'll start pushing this rock and then I get bored and I'll go over and push this one. And then I'll
Yeah.
recognize that this one looks prettier than the other one. So then I'll go over there and I'll push that one. But as
But
I'm moving,
you have your rocks lined up.
yeah,
This is when you know exactly what rocks you want to get across there. You're
yeah.
not
And of
casting
course,
rocks or
because I'm
pushing them.
human, and of course, because I'm human, the rocks that I spend the most time moving are usually the ones that I get more joy out of.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So not today because I gotta go.
Yeah.
But any parts of school that you don't like, tell me what they are, and I'll tell you how to ignore it.
Okay. That's funny. That's funny. How do
No,
we?
it's not funny because again, when we started out this thing, right? I was
Mhm.
sharing this with Craig. If just be aware that your mind, you go, okay, I'm going to learn something new. Well, I don't like this and I don't like this. Why were those the first two frickin' things that you said?
Right?
Instead of, okay, I know that I do that. So what do I like about this? See, my mentor told me one of the best things people would say, tell me why they can't do something. I'm going, listen, I can show you how to make more money than you ever made in your life. And they go, yeah, but I don't like this and I don't like this and then I can't do this and then I can't do this. And I go, listen, can you do me one personal favor? If I can you give me one frickin' reason why you should do this?
Right. That's good.
Why? Why are we even entertaining this? Well, what attracted you? What did you see? Well, this person was telling me that they get to help people. All right. If that's a motivator, then why are you finding every excuse not to do it? Why are you deliberately finding shit that's wrong instead of shit that's right?
Right. Yep. Yep.
Because the people that make stuff happen are the people that are always finding, I'm doing this for this reason. I'm doing this for this reason. I'm doing this for this reason. This is why I'm doing this. This is why I'm doing this. And the confident, more delusional, they get in their confidence and the belief that they're doing something for something. Then someone comes up to them and tries to get them, look at them and go, well, yeah, I don't like that you do that. you're funny, man. You're really freaking funny.
It's crazy.
It's easy to debate something when you're for something and they're against something.
Yeah.
Because most people that are against something, all you got to say to them is, why are you against it? Why are you against it? Well, because you're a fascist, racist Nazi. What did I say that was Nazism? No, listen, I'm just pissed off and I hate you because someone said that. Someone said that you said something. Can you show me? And that's when they start losing their mind because they're standing for against something. And then when they're around someone that says, that's not true. Well, now they're pissed off because they feel like idiots. They feel like fools because they listened to somebody else that told them something and they didn't do their own research.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which, not to get off, I got to
opinion.
get going, but not to get off on a big track here. But it's like people would come to me with all these things about how they dislike. Matt's told me this. Kyle's told me this. There's whole Reddit threads on how bad network marketing is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And guess what? They're not only against network marketing, they're against anybody making money.
Yeah.
No one should make money. You should give me money, but no one should make money. I'm like, what? So even when you say this, even if they come out with something like, well, I think that all billionaires should be shot and killed. And where do we come down to the level? What are you talking about? Is it everybody above 10 million? And you just keep lowering it. It's called reduced to the ridiculous. And they're finally okay with the number.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So anyone over 210,000 dies.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's bizarre.
It is. I hate to cut you off, but I
got to go because I got to get on this other call.
Christian's saying hi to me. So I wanted to say hi back to Christian.
Okay.
Christian.
Hello.
Good to see you. Thank you for the milk and cookies last year, Christian.
And you know what? I'm not opposed in any way, shape, or form. He just started the practice session. You guys all are part of the master's mind, right? There is really no reason whatsoever that you guys can't continue to go. And I just got to go. So I love you and have a great Sunday. Maybe it'd even be a great communications of master's mind with me not involved in it. I would love that. So I love each and every one of you. Bye, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We'll be in touch.
See you, Matt. Love you.
Before we go, guys, I know that I threw up a graphic, and I put up a graphic. I didn't. Never mind. You got it. But I found something. Huh?
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
I was just wondering what I missed something. I didn't.
Well, A little bit, and Jody asked me if I would put up a graphic on the breakdowns of the 16 personalities. I actually found a
Oh,
better one that kind of describes and puts everything together. I just wanted to share it with you guys. Oh, wait a minute. Wrong one. Wrong one. Wrong share. Hang on a second. Stop. Hang on. I will get that.
hey Scott, thank you so much for coming in my group and saying hi too. Thank you. And
All right, there it is, and you can see a little better dividing on all the
yeah.
different personalities. You've got analysts, and before that, those are the four that are associated with analysts. In other words,
Oh
the like types, the diplomats, the four there, the sentinels, and the explorers. So that's how they break it down into the four groups, and then it's broken down into each of the individual characteristics or the
right.
personalities. So you see those, and that's how it's broken down. But please go ahead and take the test, 16personalities.com. And that was, I put that link in the chat so that we can, all do this. And then, why not see where we are now? I know that I took it, I've taken it twice. I'm going to take it again because the last time I took it was 2024. And I was a debater. So since everybody is sharing theirs, but let's go ahead and redo this within our group, within our community, and go from that and see where everybody is as of this point in time.
That would
So
be
I think,
cool. That would be cool. I would like to know. It would be very interesting because I know some of you, and it'd be interesting to do. And I
yeah,
wouldn't guess you as a debater, meaning that keys
yeah,
something in there.
there is. And if you look at some of the personality traits that are there, Corky, yeah, because I thought the same thing. To me, I use debater as a possible negative connotation. But there are some of the personality traits, and by the way, I did change. Actually, here I shared it with
When did
privately
you
with some.
you just took it? The last was in
Hold
2000.
on, give me a moment because I posted it in a Zoom group here. Where is that? Because we were talking about it the other day. Sorry, it's taking so long. September. Anyways, I know that I think I was an entertainer and I went to debater. And it was it was just something in the way that I answered the questions at that time. But if you look at, okay, if you look at the, let me go ahead and show that really quick. If you look, where is that? There it is. If you look at the difference between entertainer and debater, for me as an example. Now it may be the same as you, ENTP, and here we have ESFP. So the E and the P are the same, but something changed between when I was entertainer to debater that, and it could have been as small as 2 or 3% of the way that I answered the questions that changed from being entertainer to debater. And it may change again because the one thing that we have shared in this, and the way that Robert has also chatted, was that we change all the time.
I know the group has had a big influence on me from where I was 3 years ago.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
really has. I wouldn't have, I don't know where I would have been back there, but I probably would be different. The
exactly.
thing is, I tend to try to overthink stuff instead of just letting it flow and how I feel always.
You know what? This was something, and this is probably why I changed, because I'm becoming more of a. I think I became more of a feeler in
Mhm.
that differential, in that time difference.
Yeah.
And so it became being from an entertainer to a debater. Now, where I'm at now, I don't know.
I'll be
It'll be
curious to
interesting to
find out.
see.
Matt
Yeah,
didn't change. Matt didn't change. He stayed the same.
right. So you could stay the same, You could change it because it depends on where you are at the moment. What you may have felt back then. Now, I think the first time I took it was in 2019. So that's a big difference between 2019 and 2024.
Right.
So I'm sure there was a change there. Now it's going to be interesting to see if the way I feel there's a change between 2024 and when we take it this week and share it later in the week. So, yeah. Jody, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you because I see your hand is up. And please share with us.
Hey guys.
And then we got to go if you want to watch Robert in that broadcast.
Can you just throw back up that graphic with the initials?
No.
Yes.
With the initials?
Yes.
Let me see if I can find that because
You had it up just earlier.
I know. But when I found this, I thought that this was better.
Well, you know what? I know everyone needs to go. How about just throwing it in our school group when you find it, and then I can just save it from there.
Okay. I will look for it there. And yeah, Melody's even saying here in the chat, she went from ENFJ to ESFJ. So things can change.
Yeah. It's truly just a snapshot in the moment
Exactly.
of time that you're in.
Exactly. Let me see if I can find it once really fast, and then we'll go ahead and
Thank you
move
so
on.
much, everybody.
Oh, there it is. Okay, I got it. Hang on, just give me a quick second.
Oh, that's a nice picture of you, Craig.
Oh, thank you. Let's see here. Come on. There we go. All right. Sharing. All right, there's the one with the initials.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. So you have both now, and we will go ahead and let's see. There we are. I'm looking at something else. So why don't we call it a day? We can go meet Robert on the Unite call. The link is in the chat. Let me see if I can share the link. I know it was in there. MDC, probably the MDC app. There it is. All right, so I will go ahead and put that here. There it is. Let me just quickly. There, that's the hard link. So you need to go there, sign up, register, and then become part of it. So
thank you,
take
guys.
care, everybody. Have a fantabulous Sunday. I'm going to go ahead and unmute so we can all say so long. And have a fantabulous weekend. See you tomorrow on Recess at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. Love and appreciate you all.
Guys. Thank you, Craig.
Have fun.
Sandy, Corky, Jody, Michael, Deborah, Jerome, Jamie, Melody, Bill, Michael, Star, Susie, thank you so much. Jamie, love and appreciate you all. And thank you so much for hanging around after. Take care and talk to you later. Have a fantabulous day.